Good afternoon and welcome to episode 1 in my 2022 costs series. The plan is that over the next few weeks I'll have a look at what it's costing me to live in Thailand. This week I'm going to look at the setup costs, that is, what I had to pay for to get here. And then next week I'll have a look at my monthly bills. And then in the third week I'll have a look at how my daily expenses pan out over a week and average that out on a daily basis. So that's the plan. Now today, most of the expenses that I incurred in setting up my year here in Thailand were spent in Australia. So I will be talking in Australian dollars, and then on the screen it will be translated into other currencies that may be of interest to you. Not every currency in the world, but some key currencies. Now I've split the spending up into 3 areas, and I do have notes because it is complex. So the first area is getting the visa together. The second area is travel to Thailand, and then the third area is miscellaneous expenses. So starting off with the visa expenses, I started off with health insurance, which was $2,866. That covers me for the year, so I needed that for the visa. Couldn't get the visa without it. Had I wanted to get my retirement visa whilst I was here in Thailand, that was not necessary at the moment. Visa conditions can change all the time, but at the moment it's not necessary. But I wasn't kind of worried about that. It's actually a good thing to have health insurance. I figure the more time I spend in Thailand, the more likely I am to be run over by a tuk-tuk. So it's always good to have health insurance. I needed to get a police check done, which was $42.25. I needed to get a health report from my doctor, which cost me $50. The visa application fee was $300. And I also needed to get some passport photos with that, which were $19.95. And a bank check for the application, and the fee for that was $15. And then the passport fee, I've done the passport fee, but the postage was $17.70, which was to post the documents and my passport to Sydney and get it sent back as well. The next part was the travel to here in Thailand, and it was kind of a bit complex because I started off going from Wagga Wagga to Melbourne to see my family before I left. So that was $75.39, and then I got a train from the central station in Melbourne, which I call Spencer Street, but is called Southern Cross now, out to the suburbs where my family live, which cost me $5. And then after I visited my family, I got the Sky bus to the airport, which was $22. And a flight from Melbourne to Bangkok, which cost me $722.53. I also needed a kind of, for the passport for the visa, I needed to get a flight out of Bangkok, so I got a flight to Phnom Penh, which was $194.78. And then the transport to the accommodation in Bangkok was $21.59. Got a taxi, just because I have my bag with me, etc. I stayed in Bangkok for a few days, so I had a few days in Bangkok, and the accommodation there cost me $217.38. And then I flew from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. Normally I would take the train, but for some reason I flew. Can't remember why. But I needed transport to the airport, which cost me $45.45. And I got the plane ticket from Bangkok to Chiang Mai for $144.12. And when I got to Chiang Mai, the transport home to my apartment was $8.79. So that's all the travel from where I was living in Australia to where I am living in Chiang Mai. I don't have any deposit for my apartment because I've already paid that because I've been living here for a year already, but you know, you'd have to think about that if you needed to find an apartment. And then the only miscellaneous fee is I got an international driving permit, which was $42 Australian. That's not an expense that I will have again because now I have a Thai driving license, and having the international driver's permit made it easier to get the Thai driving license. So I won't be having that expense in the future. And so that totals up to $4,837.81 just to set up my year here in Thailand. Now there's my kind of daily living expenses, which we'll have a look at in a couple of weeks, and there's also some monthly bills, you know, like the apartment rent and things like that, which we'll have a look at next week. But that's it for my setup costs. So next week we'll have a look, as I say, at my monthly bills and put those together for you. What I'm going to do is put these videos up in a playlist for you. So this will be the first one on the playlist, and then you can do that and have a look there if you like. And so, losing track of where I am. That's it for the annual setup costs for me. Now, some things might be different for you. You know, health insurance is a matter of your personal conditions and how much excess you want to pay and all that sort of stuff. So there are variables, but they're the sorts of things you'll need to think about, and they're what it actually cost me from my position as being in Australia and coming to Thailand. Okay, so that's it for episode 1 of my 2023 cost series. I hope you found it useful. If you want to have a look at the playlist, you can check that out here. If you just want to have a look at something else I've made, not necessarily about money, you can have a look at this episode here you might like. And if you made it all the way to the end and you're not subscribed, you might want to think about subscribing, and you can do that by clicking here. Hope to see you again soon.